And often with Indigenous people, and of course Māori people are Indigenous to this country, they're often marginalised in the societies where there's a major flow of influx of immigrants. And so before long the Indigenous people become the lesser populations. It's what's happened in New Zealand, happened all around the world. And so it's very, very difficult for marginalised people to become part of society and the decision-making systems in society. And what we're endeavouring to do in New Zealand is to create that sort of bicultural, multicultural spirit. Bicultural in the context that there are two parties to the treaty. Multicultural in the context that all peoples who come to New Zealand are accepted and can live together in harmony, that the treaty gives license to both sides to live together. That's the oneness as I would consider oneness to be. Oneness around building a nation, a nationhood. And so Te Papa, our National Museum, has a vital role to play in that. And how we do that is through the national treasures of our country and enabling those treasures to talk to peoples, both national and international. Talk to cultures, lay out the stories of culture as told by the cultures, not by the museum. So part of the enabling force behind, I guess, this notion of oneness in a museum context, in this museum context, is about reaching out to communities. You tell me your story. We'll build trust with you, so you'll tell us your story, and feel free to do that. We'll share your story, and we'll create the infrastructure to support that story, to present to everyone else. You know, it's a question, it's what we call in this museum mana Tounga. And mana Tounga means the sharing of your cultural and intellectual property. You are the creator of the treasure, therefore you are the one to tell the real story, to invoke the ancestral connections, to invoke the true spirit of the culture. And in doing that, we empower you to do that. We share authority with you, we share decision making and ownership. We actually share power, bluntly. You know, and when people can share power, when systems can share power, when national institutions like this can share power, then you are going a long way to creating oneness. And if you're talking about Indigenous people, you are talking about marginalised people who very rarely get a shot at making decisions in society. Sometimes in Western societies, democratic society, I guess it's the tyranny of the majority in a democratic society. And if you're marginalised for your Indigenous peoples, you often don't have the voting strength. So, you know, this is a deliberate endeavour to rise above that and create a oneness and an opportunity for that sort of conversation to happen, utilising the treasures to express that.